Open mic. Oh, a moment of silence for Rui Hachimura. I guess he said, they're going to take my Regal Cinemas. I don't even want to be here. Good evening. Welcome to Open Mic. We like to start things off with a few hot takes on news stories that you won't find anywhere else. Let's start things off in Bowie, Maryland, where a 9-year-old named Kayvon Woodard is not only making an impact locally as a deaf hockey player, but he's also guest starring in HBO's new hit show, The Last of Us.
Hello, my name is Hollywood.
Hollywood on the ice and off. You'll soon see 9-year-old Kayvon Woodard guest star in HBO's new show, The Last of Us.
I'm shocked, honestly. I can't believe I made it into a show.
He may not be able to fully hear the praise, but he can feel it.
LA, I enjoyed it a lot.
For a black deaf family, 6th generation, that's huge.
6 generations. Wow. At age 9, by the way, Kayvon has a better resume than most adult actors. And he's good at hockey. The kid was moonwalking on ice in that clip. Y'all saw it? Man, some folks can't do that on dry land. Me. I'm some folks. Kayvon is out here breaking barriers athletically and professionally despite being deaf. Now, I feel weird saying professionally about a 9-year-old, but he's on one of HBO's highest rated shows. I clearly need to reach out to him for some audition tips. So congratulations on all your success, Kayvon. Let's head to DC for this next story. The FBI's headquarters, or rather the DC area for the next story. FBI's headquarters, the J. Edgar Hoover building, was named the ugliest building in America in a research study by the website Build World. And you know what? We can't argue with that choice. We really can't. That place looks horrible. The FBI headquarters looks like a cartoon villain's evil lair, which I'm sure is exactly what J. Edgar Hoover wanted. The architecture is brutalist style because it brutally assaults people's eyes. By the way, DC had not one but 2 entries in the list top 10 as the Watergate complex came in at number 4. Now, I'll say that I don't think the Watergate building actually belongs on this list, but the FBI headquarters absolutely does. That place looks like a prison tower in the middle of downtown DC. Plus, it's named after J. Edgar Hoover, which is more than enough reason for slander. Let's hope the new headquarters looks less like some kind of Tim Burton nightmare creature made of concrete and more like a respectable building. They can start with a respectable name on the front. I chose this next story because it's getting real in these grocery store streets. U.S. customs agents are seeing an increase in Americans trying to smuggle raw eggs into the country from Mexico. Now, I've heard of drug mules, but egg mules, that is a new one. The price for a 30-count carton of eggs in Juarez, Mexico is $3.40, which is cheaper than the $4.25 a dozen price of eggs on average in the United States. But I'm gonna need more than that markup to go on a life of crime.
The latest economic numbers show inflation is slowing down, but not for people who buy eggs. The average price for a dozen of eggs has more than doubled over the past year. Shortages around the country are hurting producers and putting more stress on consumers and businesses.
Now, as a cheapskate, I understand why this is happening, but I will never cross the border and smuggle in some jumbo eggs cheap. I mean, if the Border Patrol catches you with those eggs, they can fine you up to $10,000. That's hustling backwards. Not to mention those eggs are, how shall we say, delicate and can break at any moment. So depending on where they are, you got to be very careful. I'm just going to pay the price at the grocery store or invest in a chicken coop. That's how bad these prices have gotten. I'm over here entertaining thoughts of farming. I'm not looking like this is getting, by the way, it's not looking like this is getting better anytime soon. I might have to take money out of my daughter's college fund to buy eggs for the family. And if that happens, whatever she doesn't want to study, I can say, remember that omelet your mother made? Yeah, that was your tuition. The only thing I'm gonna let you do is hit the books. I chose this last story because it's a tale of social media redemption. Dennis Collin, the kid from a famous meme inside a Popeyes restaurant, is now a college football player, and Popeyes is sponsoring him. From memes to dreams, indeed. Popeyes signed Dennis, but everybody who used that meme should probably just go ahead and send him $1 for all the embarrassment he dealt with and for all the times people mix him up with Lil Terrio. Ooh, kill him. I do wish the jokes I got in high school were this lucrative. They weren't lucrative. They were just expensive for the therapy that I had to get for them. But Dennis is now a 6'1" and 330-pound offensive lineman at Lake Erie College in Ohio. Folks got to think twice before they make fun of him now. Now, I do love to see that not only did he become a scholarship athlete after becoming an all-time meme, but he also got paid for it. This kid is winning at life, and I am here for it. I just hope he lays off the Popeyes until his 4 years are done, because loving that chicken can't be good for any athlete. My favorite story, is Kevon Woodard, the deaf hockey player featured on HBO's The Last of Us. The Popeyes meme redemption story is a close second. That's right, the kids are all right, and they're more paid than I am.